What is up, guys? It is passage day, and today we're starting our sail to Los Roques, and it's going to be a 2.5, possibly 2.5, possibly 2, or 2.5, possibly 3 day sail.
I think possibly 2. We're going downwind. We're gonna put up the parasailer, gonna put up my fishing rods, get everything ready.
I'm actually making breakfast just because Alejo doesn't get seasick as much as I do, but either way, I mean, we need to have breakfast. And when the boat starts moving, it shouldn't be that bad because this time we're going downwind. But normally when we start sailing, it's just really hard to get inside and like cook and stuff and do things for me, because I get a little bit seasick if I'm doing a lot of things inside. Before we start our sail, we make sure everything is locked, all the hatches, all the windows are closed, which we have already done. So I think we're pretty ready. All we have to do is have breakfast and we will be ready to raise our anchor.
At least we know the problem. So yeah, gonna try to figure out.
We go to the Hakuna Spa so we get our nails done.
And a chair platter is like $3,000.
Andrea, please. You don't want Andrea.
So I put one fishing rod. I'm gonna put out the parasailer because we're going downwind. We have about 13 to 17 knots true wind. Right now we're going with one engine, but gonna turn off the engine. I think we're gonna have to go back because our chart plotter is turning off by itself, and we can't go anywhere without the chart plotter. Doesn't want to turn on, stays there. Man, this sucks. Now it's frozen. I think it's something with the voltage of this screen. So right now it was at 12.3. I don't know why it's going so low, the voltage. I don't know, I'll have to figure out how to wire it to something else without frying this thing. Alright, at least we know the problem. So yeah, gonna try to figure out. I think I fixed the problem. I think it was the connection to this device. It was giving me like 12 volts, I don't know why. So I looked for another connection, another 12 volts connection. I connected this device separately just to that connection, because usually they're all connected to one connection. So I just connected this one to a separate connection so it doesn't have to share energy. And now it hasn't turned off for the last 15 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is start raising the parasailer. Okay, this thing turned off again. Oh man. Last time I put a separate connection to this one. Now I'm gonna measure the voltage here, because the voltage we have here is 13 volts and the device is set like 12.2.
So we had to come back to Bequia. Not what we expected. Suddenly, like, we were leaving, I was in the computer just trying to finish a few emails for tomorrow, since it's Sunday and tomorrow is Monday, and we haven't told our team that we are leaving or we won't have any internet access. Trying to finish that, and as I was trying to finish the last minutes of internet that we had, I started getting seasick. I go and like lay down because I can't really do anything. I'm super seasick just like laying down. And then the screen, the chart plotter stops working. Alejo's like super frustrated right now. So Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Seems like the chart plotter is just damaged or something, because he tried connecting that one and it's working fine. So it clearly has to do with the chart plotter. And a chart plotter is like $3,000. Okay, if your MBS menus are not accessible, perform the use of power on reset feature. Press and hold the first soft key. You said the first soft key next to the power button.
This screen is not working and we couldn't fix it, and here in St. Vincent there's no one that's gonna be able to fix it. We're gonna have to send it back to the US, have it fixed or checked or whatever. And yeah, so I mean, we're not gonna do it from here, so we made an executive decision. We're gonna leave without this chart plotter, but we have the one inside, and I just configured the chart plotter inside, so we can do the autopilot, the radar, and everything inside. Out here we'll have to navigate with the cell phone, and in there we have everything that we had out here.
Before we keep going with today's video, I want to thank today's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community with thousands of inspiring and creative classes for lifelong learners like me, and I'm sure like you. And if you guys are wanting to learn, how to design, how to be an entrepreneur, how to get better on marketing, how to even be creative, how to find your passion in life, with Skillshare, you can learn just that. All their classes are curated, which means that they don't have any ads, and you can actually get to the point and learn what you need to learn. This week, we actually wanted to take advantage of our subscription with Skillshare, and we decided to take a class from Halis Narvaez called Video for Instagram, How to Tell an Engaging Story in Less Than 1 Minute. And I absolutely love this class because, like I said, it's super engaging, fast-paced, lots of information compressed in short videos that are going to be interesting and informative. We post always videos on YouTube here, but are always like 20 to 25 minutes long. With Instagram, we wanted to just create engaging stories in that 1 minute. And her course actually provides great detailed examples on how you can do this. It also provides tips and tricks that are going to help you create a story in an engaging way without taking such a long time. Also, if your native language is maybe not English and you're like us, where your native English is Spanish or Portuguese or German, they have captions, which means that you can turn them on so that you don't miss any of the content or the information that is being shared with you. Skillshare is giving the first 1,000 people to click on the link in the description a free trial. So make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you learn something new, get a new skill, get creative, explore something new this week. There's no reason for you not to try it, since the free trial is right here for you. Make sure you click the link, and let's keep rolling the video. If you're not too familiar with what the chart plotter does and what it is, it's basically the screen that lets you see the maps, see where you are, the depth. It allows you to place the waypoint in order for the autopilot to be able to work. You also see the radar, pretty much everything. You see it on your chart plotter.
So this is what we do while we're going sailing. We go to the Hakuna Spa, so we get our nails done. And we have the sails up. We have the dip to one side, the main to the other one. The reason I didn't put up the parasailers because it's too windy. It goes up to like 19 knots, and I don't want to rip the parasailer. If the wind dies down to like 13, 12 knots, then we'll put up the parasailer. But yeah, for now we're good. We're going at an average speed of like 5.5. We're going downwind. We're going with the waves.
Going downwind feels a lot better than when we're going upwind or on the side. It's super calm. You can actually do things like cooking. You can actually do your nails. You can actually do other things, but lay down and be seasick. jib and we're gonna lower the mainsail because the wind just went down. So since it went down, it's right now at 9-7 knots. We are going to put up the parasailer. Most beautiful sail ever. So now what Alejo wants to do is with the 4 lines on each side, point them directly where the wind is. Make sure there are that one isn't pulling too hard because that's gonna make the sail rip. We already had it rip once and we don't want it to rip again.
¿Qué tal ahí?
Looks good. Looks good. What do you think?
Yeah.
12 seconds later.
The wind just died and we had to turn the engines on. We have only 5 knots. There's nothing you can do with 5 knots.
So people, the wind died. So now we have to turn on the engines.
So we're doing pretty good on our way to Los Roques. So we kind of mentioned this in one of the previous videos when we first told you that we were heading to Los Roques, to Venezuela. We've heard it's one of the most beautiful places in the world, and a lot of people don't actually go. We weren't gonna go because we were afraid because of safety reasons, you know, of all the situations that's going on in Venezuela. There's a lot of piracy around the coast of Venezuela, so it's dangerous to go to Venezuela. However, we did a lot of research. Alejo spoke with a few people that have actually been there in the past 3 months that went to Los Roques, and they actually gave us really good feedback. Los Roques is very safe. There has never been any piracy, any crime, any attacks in Los Roques. Everything happens in mainland Venezuela. It's like far off the coast of Venezuela. You don't want to go to the coast of Venezuela because it is definitely not safe because of, you know, the people there in the people in Venezuela, unfortunately, they're in a really bad situation, and people are hungry and people are not getting food and people are not, their money means nothing. So it is not a safe place to go. However, Los Roques is very different. That first, it's dollarized. The people that live there, they pay everything's charged in US dollars. The people that travel to Los Roques that are from Venezuela, it's only the people that have a lot of money to go there because it's actually very expensive even for Venezuelans to go there. So the people that are traveling there actually have a lot of money, and Los Roques does live off tourism. And a lot of the tourism that goes to Los Roques is kite surfing tourism. But probably tomorrow, as we start getting closer to the islands, what we're doing is we're kind of like so we're gonna keep going straight as if we were heading to Central America, to Panama. As if we were heading to Panama, and then last minute we just turned to Los Roques. The reason why we're doing that is because we don't want to show as if we were going to Venezuela in the AIS, and we don't want to be close to land. We want to be as far off the coast of Venezuela as possible until we're actually by the island of Los Roques. We decided that we are going to turn off our AIS. We are going to turn off our lights once we're closer. So yeah, we still have to take safety precautions. Hopefully nothing will happen. Either way, we would have to take this route even if we were going to Bonaire. It's exactly the same thing. So yeah, that's what we're doing. It's already like 8 p.m. I am going to go to sleep now, so Alejo is going to take the first shift. Well, he's been ongoing the whole day, but on shift since 11 at night, and it's pretty good. Seas are calm. I have been keeping a lookout for any fishing vessels, more vessels that are in the area. I don't see anything, so everything looks good. been listening to my podcast. You guys know I love my podcast, and that is, I think, what I love the most when I'm sailing. It's just enjoying my podcast, kind of like my me moment, refresh, recharge, everything that I love doing.
It's 7 a.m. and we have been sailing the whole time. It's been pretty nice. I mean, the waves are a little bit big, but nothing too bad. The sun's coming out. So my night was pretty nice. It's pretty calm. I just set up the mainsail and the jib, and we sailed the whole night. It was pretty good. It was pretty windy.
Yep, we've been sailing all our passage. Oh, you recorded your fish?
Yeah, I recorded the fish. It was a small fish. Very, very sad. It was small.
So sad.
We're hungry for fish.
We're hungry for fish.
But I mean,
sushi.
If we don't catch anything on this passage, Andrea is gonna go and spear some fish for us.
It is 12 p.m. and of day 2. We just had breakfast. We've had cereal. We don't feel like cooking. And honestly, all we could do was sleep. I love sleeping. I mean, I need my 9 hours of sleep. Seems like a lot, but without 9 hours, I'm struggling to like get enough energy to do things, and I get moody. So I need like my 9 hours of sleep.
Sleep, Andrea, sleep. We don't want Andrea moody.
And here it's just like you don't sleep the full night, so it's different. The next day you're like super tired. Alejo was tired. I was like falling asleep here. Well, I did fall asleep. So we were both sleeping at the same time, which we're not supposed to do, but I was like trying to keep my eyes away. And normally when we do night shifts, I do like 15 minutes. Like I fall asleep, put an alarm every 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, everything's okay. Go back to sleep, everything's okay. But this time, because there's so much piracy, you know, in this waters, we have to keep an eye out all the time. Plus, we don't have an AIS on, and we don't have our lights on, so we have to always be awake. We haven't told you guys our satellite phone. Like for safety, we have 2 satellite phones. We have the Garmin InReach, which my dad gave to us, and we have the Iridium Go, which we bought when we purchased the boat because of safety. But we like this one better. It's a lot cheaper. The other one is just like super expensive, and it allows us to be in constant communication with my parents, because if not, they like freak out. My parents are very caring, very loving parents, and they want to make sure that we're alive and that we're okay. With this one, they're able to see where we are and just track our map. Because seriously, I mean, imagine those people that, you know, have to be in a life raft. They have been like 30, 60 days on a life raft. You look around, you know, now that we're here, and you literally look 360 degrees all around, and all you see is water. You don't see anything. You get excited when you see a bird, because you're so far offshore that it's just like, you know, so far. If something bad happens here, it sucks. Okay, let's keep going with the interesting life as we sail through the waters of the Caribbean. There seems to be a boat right about 6 miles from us, so we are going to change our course. We have lights off, AIS off. Baby, there seems to be another one. Yeah, we're getting closer. It might be that they're coming this way, we're going that way. Marica, tengo dolor de barriga.